I'm a simple man. Me see weight, me lifty. Me see treadmill, me runny. And me see bad interface, me redesigny. That's right, we're taking a bit of a breather this week after the beast of a redesign Gmail last week. Go check that one out if you want to watch me slowly lose my soul on camera. But this week, we're doing a much simpler redesign. I regularly go to the gym, run in the treadmill, and I see those god-awful interfaces they force you to use to control the treadmill, and we're going to redesign the one from Life Fitness today. As you can see, it's really kind of a basic interface, but the classic problems are there. We've got, no clear, easy way to start the treadmill. An ad on the screen with really unclear instructions, like how do I actually engage with this ad? Lots of weird unlabeled iconography whose purpose I don't actually understand. This is a big problem for interfaces, physical interfaces, by the way, because they're plagued with first-time users, people that go to a gym for the first time. And there's no relationship with the user at that point. They have to understand the interface the first time, so that's a big problem. And then, just an egregious misuse of space to just try to advertise to me. I don't know. It's just kind of a mess. So we're going to take a stab at redesigning this. It is a physical interface, so I'm going to be designing things with a lot more space than you'd normally expect me to, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge, and I'm going to make sure that it's a dark UI so that I can, get a little more experience trying that particular aesthetic. Here, as always, we've got the style guides. I just pulled a whole bunch of simple blacks, grays, and hues from the sample image I had there. And I couldn't get a hold of their font, so I went ahead and decided to pick one for myself and kind of cheat a little bit. And we are using General Sans, a really performant, very flexible font. It's great for big, bold headers. It's pretty damn good for body text as well. And overall, just gives you kind of a modern feel, which is what I want to go for with this UI. So, and finally, here's the user stories. Like I said, not very much going on here. As a user, I just want to start a workout quickly. That's really all I want to do. I want to attach my Bluetooth devices. Maybe I might want to log in so workouts get tracked if I'm like a Life Fitness power user. And I want to find a way to work in the ad for their mobile app in a way that isn't just totally useless. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now, and I'll report back when I'm done. See you in a bit. Again, throwing together a really simple wireframe of the entire dashboard here. The one thing I really wanted to change was I wanted to take the header and move it into the sidebar somewhere, but since this header was going to give you context for every single screen as you use the treadmill, it kind of made sense to just leave it in the header. My biggest frustration with these treadmill interfaces is that there's no just clear way to just skip all the nonsense and go straight to just turn on the machine. So I wanted to handle that with a big bold header that says, hey, what would you like to do today? And then some very clear calls to action just below. This big feature image of all the content you can watch while running and, just the synopsis of the treadmill was quite a good hero image, but the problem was it was just placed on the screen and it was much more appropriately used as a background image, so that's what I'm doing here. Wanted to minimize the friction between users arriving at the interface and actually starting a workout to as low as possible. So I wanted to give people a quick little series of popular workouts that people do on that device so they can just tap to go or bypass all of it and just turn the machine on. And I normally don't like creating these big chunky buttons, but given that this is a physical interface that people have to lift their hands up to press, I really wanted to make the clickable regions very obvious for them. Again, trying to get away from unlabeled iconography as much as possible to just ease that first-time user experience. But for things that are just brain dead obvious, like settings and login, then you can get away with not labeling it. But you really have to make a strong case for removing the label. It has to be something that people recognize almost immediately. Now here I'm adding another advertisement for their mobile application, and I'm going to try and do it in a way that's much more likely for people to actually install the app. Here, of course, we've got a big bold header that just speaks to the value of the app straight away, and then a QR code. People that come to the gym have their phone in their hands. They're about to place it on the shelf in front of the treadmill, so why not just let them point their camera directly at the screen and then have the app installed like that? It's kind of a no-brainer. And then here, of course, nothing on the previous experience outlined the benefits of installing the app. Why should I take the time and effort to do this as a user? So listing them out here just helps to improve conversions a bit. And a nice little final touch here, adding in a simple little duration marker, because someone glancing at this generally will only have a certain amount of time to get a workout in. I'm not going to click any of these buttons unless I know roughly what I'm committing myself to. I think this works a lot better. I think this pulls your attention in the right way, and I think that the biggest win is like it handles use cases for brand new users and power users really elegantly. So if these popular workouts here, and popular workout buttons, if I like find that one of them really suits my needs, like the Rolling Hills 5K, like, oh man, I like doing this every week, I'll come in, hit the same button, I'm off to the races. But for brand new users, people that don't know any of this, they can maybe try one, but they'll probably just click quick start, and that's great. And for anyone that wants to take it to the next level, they can always just, install the application here. I'm much more likely to install an app when I see a QR code like this as opposed to previously just a picture of an iPhone, because all I have to do is I've got my phone in my hand, just boom, right there, and it's on my phone, and I've got benefits right there as well. Like, why should I install this? And overall, I think the main difference here is that I'm just not trying to do as much with this UI as it was previously. So yeah. Let me know if there's anything you would have done differently, or if you think there's any major flaws in this UI. I'd love to get some feedback. But I think this is a good place to stop for now. As always, if you have another design you want me to tackle, if you have your own gym equipment that has notoriously bad UI, pop it in a comment and I'll give it a little magic dust, and we'll see if it makes it into the next episode next Tuesday. But until then, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care, guys.